Please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, please, all of you, confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Those are attending in online. Am I audible? Everybody, please respond to me, guys. All of you are getting my voice and screen. Am I audible? Screen is not visible. Yeah. Okay. Now check it. Yes, sir. Now screen is visible or not visible? Everybody, please respond to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Right. Right. Good afternoon, guys. Right, sir. Now today it was delayed. Don't worry. Tomorrow onwards we'll maintain properly timings. And not tomorrow onwards, January 1st onwards. January 1st onwards. Definitely I want to follow timings. I'm expecting the same thing even from you also. Hmm? Okay. No, good. All right, sir. So don't worry. I'm going to take the decision in the new year. So I want to follow timings, and you also we must follow the timings. So by that we are able to complete our content here effectively. Clear? And January 1st, what is the status now? All of you are okay? Then I will be okay. January 1st. Okay, sir. Then we will decide it. Don't worry for it. Okay, then I'll not give burden to you, but maximum I'm thinking about it. If all of you are okay, majority of the members wants to come, it's okay. At least in online, no, no, sir. Then 31st night we are totally busy. My plans are totally different. To come out from that hangover state, it may take nearly 2 days of time. How many days of time? 2 days of time. So how it is possible to attend the classes? No, see, fans. Uh, Fan switch off or switch on? Already off. Boys are boys, girls are girls. Switch off. For girls side, fan switch off. Right, sir. So let's move on to the content here. And I forgot to talk about it. In the 10 o'clock class, I need to talk. Actually, I forgot it. But anyway, the same members are available. 2 minutes of time, guys. I want to consume your time, but valid information I'm telling there. Just I have a plan. I want to implement that plan. Try to understand it and try to give reply to me. Just 2 minutes of time. If you are interested for this, then I can give that option to you. First of all, let me explain about my plan. 2 minutes of time. All of you, listen carefully. It may be useful even for you also. Anyway, in outside, somewhat recession is going on. Outside recession is going on. And employment is going on day to day, day by day. Then layoffs are still going on there in outside. Even yesterday also I've seen in some news. I think something in like what their phone pay. I think so in that company might be they removed some employees. So that situation I'm expecting about this again market getting back by this next March or April. That is my assumption. Still I'm thinking about it. Definitely market will come back by this March or April. That I'm thinking there. Even I'm having hope on it. Definitely it will come. Let's hope like this. 100% I'm thinking about it. That's at one side. But my option is what? I want to prepare some resources in a core Java for a teaching purpose. And at the same time, I want to use them, part of the Durgasoft. indirect employment. Understand it now? So I want to prepare 5 resources for teaching core Java. 5 resources I want to teach. I want to prepare the 5 resources to teach core Java. Whatever the subject at present you are learning there, the same subject in which I am teaching, the same way I want to prepare in offline. Yeah, really I'm telling there. This I want to take it as a serious. I don't want to search for the resources in outside. I want to search for the resources inside Durgasoft only. Those who are interested for it. So just give intimation to me. Understand it here. Then I will take and seriously I will give some assignments and I will give some way of teaching, the total process of teaching. Even if you are lack at any particular point, I will give that push up. Means that platform I want to create. And after getting some clarity over the content, then I want to allow you to teach Java at Durgasoft. But it's not like one day work or one night work. Definitely it may take some months of time. But if you are serious, then we can plan for it. Understand it clearly. So this is a like what I'm telling there. I want to give that opportunity through Durgasoft. This is one type of profession. But I'm not saying that you should not join with any software company. While working at Durgasoft, if you are getting any opportunity, better opportunity at other companies there, then we are having free hand, we can go there, we can join with that with the proper intimation. But the point is what there, once if you come along with me about this profession, it may take nearly 2 to 3 months of time. For taking the classes, it may take 2 to 3 months of time. Meanwhile, everyday work I'm going to assign, everyday demos we are going to conduct, and every day we have to prepare for the content, and every day we have to express, we have to provide the classes. In that way, if you are ready, then not for the sake of time pass. Decide yourself. Next to 3 to 4 months of time, effectively, if you want to stay along with me, then you can come with me. We can give that information to me with a resume, not like any other one. With a resume, you can come to me. Then definitely I will prepare you. And then after that, we will go for some environment at Durgasoft. But it should be useful for Durgasoft. At the same time, it should be useful for you also. Once you are in a position to teach Java, getting job is nothing. Easily we are able to get job. Yes, sir. Got it what I'm telling you. Even if you are getting job, if you work with any company, still we can teach Java at Durgasoft in the timings there, if we adjust the timings. So that opportunity, I'm having that thinking there. If it is a case, right from January 1st onwards, I'm going to start the training process for the students, teaching how we are going to teach. There are some classes I'm going to take, some few classes, just as a matter of 10 minutes, not more than that. Teaching is not like any rocket science, right? Easily we can identify, but only the point is what there, you need to have some presentation skills. How to improve that, even I will give some guidelines to you. If you follow that guidelines, easily we can start it. Yeah, I have a program for it, then I will start that program. So 5 resources I required, that all 5 resources I'll give some assignments. You have to complete them and we have to go through that. Then at the end of 3rd month or 2nd month or 3rd month, depends on your caliber, I'm going to provide a platform to start your own batches at Durgasoft. No need to dig any subject. Whatever the subject I'm teaching, that is more than sufficient. Teach only the subject what you are learning in my class. Even not more than this is also be not required, even not possible for you at this stage. Max level I digged it. Total I got it totally. This information is more than sufficient. Right. Those who are interested for it, by today evening or maybe tomorrow at the same time, then submit your resumes at our office or just directly you can meet me. Then I will give the schedules to you clearly. That minimum I require 5 members I want to take. Then even more than 5 members if you are coming, I'll give the training for you. And then after that, I will select the 5 members. Or my requirement is coming there, 6 members, 7 members also I'm going to take. But with the different subjects or same subjects, but Java is Java only. Same subject I'm planning then. Yeah, decide yourself. If any of you are interested, both male and female, I don't have any problem. Yeah, both we can apply there. Okay, we can. But I will give some kind of curriculum for it that we have to follow. Subject is as usual. Your regular classes are regular classes. Remaining part, I'm going to utilize you to provide that betterment every day. Every day I will analyze your teaching skills. Every day I will analyze your presentation skills. Through that we are going to provide this. Yes, sir. Okay, clear. All of you know. Right, sir. Good. Now let's move on to the content here. It's okay, fine. Now, yeah, not for online students, for offline students only. Already people are asked to me. All right, so now let's move on to the content here. Why you open this? Not required. All right, sir. Now let's understand what exactly the content here we are discussing here. What topic now we are discussing there? I was seems is okay, fine. Now advanced Java here we have to open. Now JDBC. All right, sir. Now see this content here. So what we understood the content here about this. I think steps to prepare first application we already started. Am I right? Steps to prepare first application already we started. In steps to prepare first application, where we are actually established connection between Java application and database that we understood there. Next one is what there after this, after completion of this particular point here. All right, first of all, driver and all the content we understood there. First of all, tell me how many steps are available to prepare our first applications or now tell me to create first application here, what we have to do there. Test application I'm asking there. I'm not asking about all the remaining steps here. Only one database we installed, already shown that. What database we have installed there? Oracle database already we installed, already shown that. Don't worry, application development also on Windows here, not in MacBook. Once you are comfortable, then only I will use that MacBook here. No? Right? No to think about it. All right, sir. Now let's move on to the point here. Create a test application. Inside this, load and register driver that we completed or not? Come on, load and register the driver. That step we completed or not? Next one is establish connection between Java application and database that we completed or not? Yes, clear. Create either statement or prepared statement or a callable statement that we have to do today. Next one is write and execute SQL queries. And finally, what we have to provide there? Close the resources. These are overall steps which are remaining for us. Now, load and register the driver. If you have to this in a quick review, I'm going to provide 2 minutes of time. I think already we understood that load and register the driver, not required here. Now, let me go with what there. Establish connection between Java application and database. All right, all of you understand it clearly. To establish the connection between Java application and database, what we have to do there? In JDBC applications, to establish connection between Java application and the database, we have to use the following method from java.sql.driver manager. What is that method here? We have to use there public static connection get connection, where 3 parameters here we provided throws SQL exception. Throws what we are getting there, no SQL exception here we are getting it. Okay, close the door. All right, sir. Where the database username and password are the username and password that we provided in the databases at the time of initializations. Okay, at the time of what their initializations here, what username and password we provided, the same username and password we have to provide. At the time of installing Oracle database, already given that username and password there. Am I right or not? Username and password I provided. System is the username, Durga is the password I given that. Okay, fine. Next one is URL is the main point here. Understand it clearly. In general, from database to database, driver to driver, driver class name and a driver URL are varied. From user to user, from database to database, from driver to driver, driver username and driver password, driver username, sorry, driver class name, driver URL, both are varied. Now given some examples here, understand it clearly. Driver URL is varied, but the driver URL be in the fixed format. What is that fixed format? Actually, we can identify this. It should be like what there, main protocol name, sub protocol name, then what next one here after this sub protocol name, database name. This is like what their fixed one. Understand it clearly. After that, where the main protocol name is fixed again, what is that main protocol name here? JDBC. Main protocol name is fixed in the JDBC applications. That is what their JDBC. JDBC is the main protocol name that we have to understand. For type 1 driver, sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. This is driver class name. And for driver URL is what there? JDBC colon ODBC colon DSN name. I think with my name I created the DSN name. As I got it or not? All right, sir. Next one is what there? Type 4 driver provided by Oracle. Driver class name is what there? Oracle.jdbc.oracle driver. Then driver URL is what there? We can identify this. Now the driver URL is jdbc colon oracle colon thin colon @localhost colon 1521 colon xe. This is for what there? What versions of the Oracle there? XE versions. Oracle XE version is also available. Enterprise edition is available and XE edition is available here. Next one is what there after this, after completion of this. Now for the enterprise edition, that means GRC, 11G, 12C, like versions are available for them. There we have to use what there? JDBC colon, Oracle colon, thin colon, @localhost colon, 1521 colon, ORCL. That is available here. That we have to understand. Next one is type 4 driver provided by MySQL. Type 4 driver provided by what there? MySQL. Here what we are able to get there, driver class name is what there? com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. I think MySQL database is pending for us. I have not installed successfully. Some problems are available. I'll show it. Don't worry for it. First, let me start programming with Oracle. Then after that, I will start with what there? MySQL. I think all of you are having Oracle database in our systems now. Right, sir? Don't worry. Right, I will show that MySQL also. We are going to do majority of the programs with MySQL database also there. That I will show that clearly. Next one is what? Next one here after completion of this driver URL. Then what about this driver URL? JDBC colon MySQL colon slashes localhost colon 3306 slash database name that we are providing clearly. So these are the various databases, various drivers, various driver class names and driver URLs. That what we are getting clearly. We have to remember all of them. If you don't want to remember, the simple thing is database manuals are coming, database documentations are available. Open the documents, their JDBC title is available. They're open there, go there. There we can identify are the URLs and all the driver class names. In the databases, we can identify them. Got it or not? Right, sir, leave it. Next one is what? After this, after completion of this particular content here. Now example code here are given. What was that example code here? All the three types of connections here are given there with respect to the URLs. No connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection of JDBC colon Oracle colon DSN name comma system comma Durga. This is type 1 driver. Next one is what there? Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection of JDBC colon what next one here no. All right, this is driver URL for Oracle type 4 driver JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon @localhost 1521 colon xe system comma Durga. Next one is what there? Third one is what there? MySQL related database. MySQL driver connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection of JDBC colon MySQL colon slashes localhost colon 3306 slash Durga DB root comma root. All right, so that's okay, fine. Then what next one again? After completion of this, now tell me, when we execute the above in a section, JVM will perform the following actions. JVM will perform what there? Following actions. All right, first one is like what there? JVM will go to the get connection method, where JVM will execute connect method internally. Inside the get connection method, connect method is available. The connect method will establish the required virtual socket connection between Java application and the database. I forget my point or not? All right, sir. Now where connect method will establish virtual socket connection between the Java application and database on the basis of, observe carefully, on the basis of the driver provided, driver URL provided host name and port number. On the basis of the driver URL provided host name and port number. See these examples I'm telling there. Forget about the type 1 driver. Type 1 driver situation is different. On the basis of ODBC it is running. ODBC must be available within the same system. But type 4 drivers, if you observe this, here what we are saying that local host. What is the meaning of this local host? No, my database software is installed in the same computer where I'm running my Java program. Yes, sir, got my point or not? Local host in the sense what there? The same computer where I'm running my Java program. For example, your database is available at some other machine in the network. In the network, it is already connected. That machine is available at some other machine there. But every machine which are available in the network, every machine must have some IP address or not? Every machine must have some IP address or not, right? That IP address we have to provide in place of this local host if your database is available at some other machine. Say for example, if your database is available at cloud, some of you are already attending what their DevOps now. AWS might be you are understanding there. So in my cloud, in AWS, I created my database. I've taken one database instance there in the cloud. Then the cloud URL we have to provide. In place of this local host, we have to provide what there? The cloud IP address. Definitely in AWS, every instance must have some IP address. Am I right or not? That IP address here we have to provide. Wherever your database system is available, the database IP address here we have to provide. For the sake of this Oracle, listener port number is what there? 1521. This is fixed maximum for Oracle database. For MySQL database, no 3306. For Oracle, what is that listener port number here? 1521. That we have to use. It is a fixed maximum cases now. Alright, so then after that database name here we are providing. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? This is the information here we have to understand. Next one is what there? System. Then after that Durga. It's okay, fine. Then the point is what there? Where connect method will establish a virtual socket connection between the Java application and the database on the basis of the driver URL provided, host name and port number. Right, sir. It's okay, fine. Next one is what there? When the connection is established between Java application and the database, the get connection method will create a connection object, will create and return a connection object, will create and return a connection object. Then immediately we are getting one important interview question. Now tell me guys, in JDBC, connection is an interface or not? Come on, JDBC connection is what there? An interface. In JDBC, connection is an interface provided by the Sun Microsystems. Then how is it possible for the get connection method to create and return and to create a connection object and to return a connection object actually? In JDBC, connection is an interface. For interfaces, we are unable to create objects in Java. Then how is it possible for the get connection method to create a connection object and to return that connection object from get connection method? No. Then there we had some information there. What is that point here? I explained to you clearly. Now understand this clearly. No, the point is what? In JDBC, connection is an interface provided by Sun Microsystems as part of the JDBC abstraction, and its implementation classes are provided by the database vendors. In JDBC, get connection method of the driver manager class, get connection method of the driver manager class will create an object for the database vendor provided connection interfaces implementation class. Object is created for what? Implementation class of the connection interface. That implementation class was provided by the database vendor. Now get connection method is not creating object for what? Connection interface. It is creating object for what? Implementation class of the connection interface. That implementation class was provided by whom? Provided by the database vendors. Alright, that object is created and the get connection method will return implementation class as object of the connection interface to the JDBC application. This is the point here what we have to understand. Okay, fine. Public interface connection, that internal code I have given there. Connection is provided by Sun Microsystems. Oracle connection IMPL is provided by Oracle. Driver manager class is able to provide like what their get connection method, where it access connect method, it will establish virtual socket connection. After that, it will create connection con is equal to new Oracle connection IMPL. Then finally, what it is doing there? Return con. So now it is creating object for what? It is creating object for what? Oracle connection IMPL. If it is MySQL related thing, no, right? New MySQL connection IMPL, maybe internally it is available. That object will be created. That object reference value here we return. Inside this public class JDBC app public static void main string array args. There what we provided here, now tell me, driver manager dot get connection method here we called that get connection method is able to return what object here? No, connection object. Get connection method is able to return what object here? Connection object. That's it. So this is the total process here what we understood. All right, sir. Up to that given in the diagram also, I shown in the diagram also up to the required part here. Okay, fine. Next one is after completion of this, another content is like what there. Create either statement or prepared statement or callable statement as per the application requirement. We have to create either statement or prepared statement or callable statement as per the application requirements. Right, sir? First of all, understand this content here. In JDBC, all of you observe carefully, in JDBC, okay, in JDBC, yes, you want to stop it? Right, sir, perfection. This one also, okay, no? Right, fine. But when I switch on it, you have to switch on again. Along with me, again I will switch on the fans, right? No? More to the point here. Right, sir. Now in JDBC, observe carefully, all of you know, 1 minute. Database is ready. Database engine is ready. Database engine is connected with the database through username and password. Java program is ready, where JDBC driver is ready. In between Java application and database means that JDBC driver and database engine connection is also be ready. The total infrastructure is ready or not? Then what next one? Nothing, sir. Just I want to carry a bag of mangoes, for example. From my village to some other village, I want to carry. So bag is ready, where mangoes are ready. Road is very good. Road is also available. Then what next one here? No, my other family at other family. Don't think about other family. No, my relatives family, right? Come into point here. So Java is good, right? Fine. My relatives family is also ready at other village. No, then remaining part is what there. I have to bring these mangoes. I have to carry that mangoes to other village and my relatives family. Sir, got it or not? Then what I required now? Tell me. Road is ready. My home, my relatives' home, both are ready to eat the mangoes. Mangoes are also existed in the form of a bag. Then I have to carry it. Then how it is no? If it is a small distance, no, I can keep that on my head and I'll go there, right? If it is like 5 kilometers distance. Now tell me what I required. Definitely I required a vehicle or not? What vehicle you want to take? No, bike, maybe bike. That is yourself, right? Bike, but myself is car, right? Yeah, basa. How many mangoes, sir? Bag only. Huh? Right, sir. A free ticket, no? I think you're goal, right? Understood. Confirm it. Fine, sir. Coming to our point here. So vehicle is required. That vehicle is required or not? Right, vehicle is required. Maybe anything, whatever it may be, bicycle or bike or maybe car or whatever it may be, depends on your status, financial status. So anything is okay. We required one vehicle. Got it or not? That vehicle we have to get ready or not? That vehicle we have to get ready or not? That vehicle is nothing but your statement or prepared statement or callable statement. This is at one side I'm telling to you. But other side reason is also available. Understand that other side reason. Technical point I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. In JDBC, observe carefully. In JDBC, connection is established successfully. Then the remaining work for the developer is what? The remaining work for the developer is actually what? We need to write queries. We have to send that queries to the database. The database has to execute that queries. Yes, sir, got my point or not? What is the remaining work for the developer here? No, we have to write queries in Java program and we have to send that queries to what there to the database. That is a required, that is a remaining point here. Am I right or not? Otherwise, we are not having any other content here. This only the content here we have to understand. Got it now? Right, sir. So we need to write SQL queries. We have to send that SQL queries to the database. This is the remaining job for the data for the developer. But how we are going to write SQL queries? how we are going to send that SQL queries to the database. To write SQL queries and to send SQL queries and to execute that SQL queries, we need some predefined library. We have to use what? Some predefined library. Through that predefined library only, we are going to write queries. We are going to send that queries to the database. We are going to execute that queries. We need some predefined library. That required predefined library was provided by JDBC API in the form of 3 interfaces. The required predefined library was provided by JDBC API in the form of 3 interfaces. What are the 3 interfaces here? No, first one is statement, second one is prepared statement, and the next one is what there? Callable statement. In the form of these 3 interfaces, in the form of these 3, that means in the form of these 3 interfaces, JDBC API has provided the required predefined library. Is that all of you are getting it or not? All right, now let's understand this point clearly. How we are going to provide this content here? Observe carefully what exactly the predefined library here we require that I am going to provide you now. Understand it now? First of all, let me describe that point here. In JDBC applications, after the connection, after establish the connection, after getting the connection, after getting the connection between Java application and the database, we have to write and execute the SQL queries. We have to write and execute the SQL queries. Right. Next point. In JDBC applications, to write and execute the SQL queries, we need predefined methods. We need some predefined methods. Observe carefully. To write and execute the SQL queries, we need predefined methods which must be provided by the JDBC API. JDBC API is nothing but library, I am telling you now. All right, sir. In JDBC applications, to write and execute the SQL queries, we need predefined methods which must be provided by the JDBC API. All right, sir. Now understand it clearly. To write and execute SQL queries, to write and execute the SQL queries, JDBC API has provided the required predefined library in the form of the following interfaces. What interfaces are provided here? The first one is statement, and the second one is what there? Prepared statement, and the next one is what there? Callable statement. Overall, how many it is available here? No, 3 interfaces. What are the 3 interfaces here? First one is what there? Statement. Next one is what there? Prepared statement, and next one is what there? Callable statement. Got it or not? All right, now we have an important interview question here at this level. That question is what there? What is the difference between statement comma prepared statement comma prepared statement? All these are interfaces, Java interfaces. Statement, prepared statement, and callable statement. What exactly the difference between these 3? Okay, what is the difference between statement, prepared statement, and callable statement? Right, sir. Now understanding is very, very important. I will take one general example. Through that general example, I'll explain to you this entire content, but your patience level is very, very important. Your concentration is very, very important. Simple example in our level, easily we can understand it now. See this one. Java program, JDBC driver, connection, database engine. What next one can know? Database. Everything is ready. Connection is also existed. Remaining is we have to execute the queries. To execute the queries, we need some predefined library. That predefined library is available in the form of what? Statement, prepared statement, and callable statement. Now the question is what? What is the difference between statement, prepared statement, and next one is what there? Callable statement. Got or not? Um, Directly, I'm telling you, observe carefully. In JDBC applications, when we want to execute the SQL queries individually, when we want to execute the SQL queries individually, there we will use statement. One SQL query is insert SQL query. Next SQL query is update SQL query. Next SQL query is what there? Select SQL query. Next one is something else. Like this, all queries are coming individually. Then we have to execute all the queries individually. So to execute all the SQL queries individually, there we have to use what their statement. This is the purpose of like what their statement. Yes, sir. Got it clear? Then when we are going to use prepared statement, that's my next point. When we are able to use prepared statement, let me give the point directly. After that, I'll explain to you now. In JDBC applications, in JDBC applications, when we want to execute the same SQL query, not a different SQL queries, the same SQL query in the next sequence. In the next sequence means that next to 10 times, next to 100 times, the same SQL query. In JDBC applications, when we want to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence, okay, where to improve the JDBC applications performance, we will use prepared statement. There we will use what there? Prepared statement. Come again, what's the point here? I have a requirement, 100 employees I want to insert into the database table. 100 employees I want to insert into the database table. 100 times I have to execute insert SQL query. So my next 100 times my operation is very much fixed. That is what their insert SQL query only. So in the next sequence, in the next 100 times, same SQL query. Of course, values are different. That's okay. But same SQL query I have to execute. There, if we use statement, performance of the JDBC application will be reduced. There, to improve the performance of the JDBC application, we have to use prepared statement. There we have to use what there? Prepared statement. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. This is one point. Next one is another point now. In JDBC applications, when we want to execute the stored procedures and functions, I think you are already completed your Oracle. Maybe you're doing Oracle, I think so. There you might be completed stored procedures and functions. Am I right? No, not yet completed. PLSQL, not started. Okay, don't worry. In the future it will cover. Even if you are not aware, by the time of discussing this prepared statement in the future, I will discuss about it. My required part I will discuss inside the class here about this Oracle. Don't worry for it. In JDBC applications, when we want to execute the stored procedures and functions, there we will use callable statement. These are exactly the situations where we are going to use what there we are going to use what there statement and a prepared statement and a callable statement. Tell me, sir, now come for it. Where we are able to use statement. Now tell me, in JDBC applications, when we want to execute all the SQL queries, all the SQL queries individually, there we will use what there? Statement. In JDBC applications, when we want to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence, where to improve the JDBC applications performance, we will use prepared statement. In JDBC applications, when we want to execute the stored procedures and functions, there we will use stored procedures and functions available at Java. the databases. There we will use what there callable statement. Right, sir? Okay, fine. Now observe carefully. Understand the situation now. And every week I want to start one new advanced Java batch. Just understand. Example I'm telling no. On every Monday, not really, sir. On every Monday, assume it, the Durgasoft is having very good reputation on advanced Java. So number of advanced Java batches are required. Some students are coming for advanced Java only. So on every Monday, I'm going to start one new advanced Java batch, for example. It's going on. Like this, I'm starting advanced Java batches, number of batches now. Assume the situation. In every advanced Java batch, 100 members, limited batch, only 100 members we want to take. Intake is what there, only 100 members. Right. I given a promise to all my students in advanced Java batch. What was that promise there? I want to distribute my material hard copy to each and every person. With the cost or without cost, just leave it. Don't ask me. Admin people will take care about it. The point is what? I need to distribute 100 copies of my notes to all the students. This is my requirement. Has I got it or not? Okay. As per this particular requirement, one fine day, one Sunday, Monday is a new batch, no? On Sunday, I went to the Xerox center. Near to my house might be there is a Xerox center. I went there with my original copy. I went there. I given information to him. Just this is my original copy. Get 100 copies for this book. Get 100 copies for this book. So I want to take them. Then I want to distribute them on tomorrow. Like this, I given some information to the Xerox center person. He has taken that original book. I asked to him, how much time we are going to take to complete that 100 copies book, 100 copies for this book. Then he said to me, just we can come within 2 hours of time. Then it's fine. Then I'll make ready all the 100 copies for you. Then we can carry, we can get them. I thought of it might be somewhat fast now, able to complete that 100 copies immediately. So I thought of it. Then immediately I went outside. I have some work there. I went outside. I completed my work. When my work was completed, again I come back to the same Xerox center after 2 hours of time. I check the status of that particular work. Then what happened? Just he completed only 3 books. Disappointed. Only 3 books only completed. Out of 100 books, he completed only 3 books. I asked him, then what you have done? What commitment you have given to me? You said to me, then 100 copies you want to make ready within 2 hours of time. Even 2.5 hours of time I given to you. After 2.5 hours I came here, but I've seen the status of that work is what there only 3 books you get ready. What about the remaining 97 books? When you are going to give it? No, sir. Then the process is somewhat difficult. I thought of it. I want to complete it now, but I'm unable to complete it. How much time it will take? So if it is 100 books, no, definitely I require maybe 1 week of time to complete it. Then after that, I observed it. What we are doing the work here now? Please show that work to me. In front of me, get one book ready. Ready one book there in front of me. And where what I identified, what he's doing there every time, he has taken my original copy. He scanned that entire book, page by page, page by page, page by page. He scanned that entire book. Then he's getting Xerox for that book. Second copy, what he's doing there? Again, he's entire scanning that entire book. Again, getting copy. For third copy, what he's doing? Again, he's scanning that entire book and getting copy. 100 books, if you want to get, no, how many times he has to scan there? 100 times he have to scan, no. 100 copies he is going to get. Then after that, I realized that I think he is doing some wrong work here. The wrong process he is following, he followed there. Then I given them, why you are scanning 100 times that book, no? No, sir, every time we have to scan it, then only we are able to get a copy. Who said you like that? The minimum common sense. The scanning is how many times you require, no? One time is sufficient. Scanning is only one time is sufficient, but we can put the settings there in the Xerox machine. What settings there, no? Right, scanning one time is okay. How many number of copies option is available? There we can type 100, no? The scan one time, it's okay. It may take maybe 1 hour time for scanning all maybe 500 book pages, no? It's okay, that's nice. Then after that, put setting like how many copies there, 100 copies, no? By default in our machine, only 1 copy is available in the settings. Number of copies like what there, only 1 setting. By default it is available. Because of that reason, we are getting only 1 copy every time. But again, we are scanning and again we are getting copy. Scanning and again getting copy now. So this is a time waste process. Then what I suggested him, right, scan one time and put the settings How many books there? 100 copies there. Put 100 copies. Just observe what is going to be happen. All 100 copies will come there continuously. 100 copies you are able to get from the Xerox machine continuously. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Um, whatever the approach you followed initially, for every book, scan and copy, scan and copy. This approach is related to the statement. Understand it now? This approach is related to what their statement. The same thing is going on with the statement. Got it or not? But what about this prepared statement actually? If you understand the prepared statement, no, whatever the approach I suggested him, that is a prepared statement approach. For 100 copies, if you want to use statement, no, every time what we have to do, every time we have to scan the book and every time we have to get the copy. Every time scan the book and every time copy the book. Got it or not? Getting copy. So 100 times scanning is required if you use statement, where 99 times scanning is unnecessary, where unnecessary process we are doing. Whenever we are doing unnecessary process, automatically at execution time, processing time will be increased. When a processing time is increased, performance of the application will be reduced. So for this particular requirement, if we use statement, where performance of the application will be reduced. There to improve the performance of the application, what we have to do there? To improve the performance of the application, what we have to do there? One time scan, then getting 100 copies. No, that is what we have to perform. So for that purpose, we have to use what there? Prepared statement. For this particular requirement, we have to use what there? Prepared statement. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity or not? What is the point here I'm telling you? Know? Okay, fine. Right, sir. But I'm not understanding, sir. Here that only SQL queries we have to write, database engine has to execute them. But we are taking the Xerox center and some scanning and copies, no. But I'm not related with that. Yeah, I'll establish that relation or try to understand it now. Because of that reason only, initial topics you have to study properly. Yeah, please read, check this diagram here. When I submit one SQL query to the database, what database engine is performing there? Come on, what database engine is performing there? Query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization, query execution. These four steps are performed or not? Query execution is required, but query tokenization, query parsing, query optimization is what there? Some pre-processing content. The three steps are what there? Pre-processing. Actual processing is going on where? Query execution here. No, right or not? Now I'm telling to you, observe carefully. My requirement is what there? Next to 100 times insert SQL query only. If I use statement, for the first insert SQL query, tokenization, parsing, optimization, then execution. For second SQL query, again tokenization, parsing, optimization, and execution. Third SQL query, tokenization, parsing, optimization, and execution. 100th SQL query, same SQL query, tokenization, parsing, optimization, and execution. Like every time scan and every time getting copy. If we use statement, now tell me, from one time to another time processing of that query, any changes are identified in the query tokenization? No changes. Any changes are identified in parsing? No changes. Any changes are identified in optimization? No changes. But execution is required really. Why? Because we have to keep the data into the database table. But tokenization, parsing, optimization, these three steps are unnecessarily we are performing 99 number of times or not. Understand my point? Only one time is required. Why? Because no changes are available from one time to another time. But without having changes, how we are performing these three steps again and again at each and every time? No, is unnecessary work our database engine is doing or not? So where performance of the JDB's application will be reduced. This is a problem with what? Statement. This is a problem with what? Their statement. To overcome this problem only, we have to go with what? Their prepared statement. All right, what we have to do inside this prepared statement? What we have to do inside this prepared statement? No, very clear. Understand it? No. One time only we are going to perform what there? Tokenization, parsing, optimization. But second time onwards, directly our query will come to execution phase. third time execution phase, fourth time execution, fifth time execution, sixth time execution, 100th time execution only. Now every time not required to perform what there? Tokenization, parsing, optimization here now. Right. To provide this approach only, we have to use what there? Prepared statement. Yes, sir. First of all, tell me, all of you clear up to now? Getting clarity now? What is the difference between statement and prepared statement? Wherever we want to execute all the queries individually, statement we can use. Maybe one is insert, other one is a select, other one is update, other one is some other insert statement we can use. When we want to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence, where if we use statement, performance will be degraded. Where to improve the performance, we have to use what there? Prepared statement. What is going on internally? In the case of statement, every time execution of the query, database engine will perform tokenization, parsing, optimization without having any change from one time to another time. It will provide the performance degradation. Where if you want to improve the performance, you have to use prepared statement. In the case of prepared statement, what is going to be happen there? One time only database engine will perform tokenization, parsing and optimization. Second time onward, direct it will bring that queries to what their execution state. When it is coming to the execution state, direct execution is going to be performed without doing any other operations directly. So this approach will improve the performance of the JDBC application. But this approach is when it is required, when we want to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence. Yes, sir, got it or not? Okay. Listen carefully. One more point. Just 10 minutes of time. Listen carefully. Yeah, I said to you, on every Monday, I want to start advanced Java batch. Means that on every Sunday, I have to get ready 100 copies of my notes. Got it or not? One Sunday, I have taken my book on my shoulder and I went there and I given that original book. I got 100 copies there. I got that 100 copies and along with that 100 copies, I got back what there? My book also. My original copy also I get back. I came to my home, then I kept that original book at a particular location. It's okay. Again, Monday I distribute all the copies. Again, Sunday is coming. Again, on the next Sunday, what I have to do? Again, I have to take my book on my shoulder. Then I have to go there. I have to go to the Xerox center. There I have to give that original copy to him. He has to get 100 copies. I have to get back, and again I come back to the course. Then where I have to keep my original copy safely. Then again I have to distribute that 100 copies to the students in the Monday. Next week, again what I have to do? Same original copy I have to bring to what there to the Xerox center or not? Like this 100 weeks no. 100 Sundays. What I have to do on every Sunday? I have to bring my original copy to the Xerox center or not? Why I am doing this work unnecessarily? Every time, why I am taking my book? Every time, why I am taking my book, original copy, and why I am bringing that original copy to the Xerox center? Yes, sir, got it or not? But there is a solution for it. But instead of bringing my original copy every time to the database, no, to the Xerox center here, I want to go for an alternative. What is that alternative there? Simple alternative. Sir, send one time soft copy to him, then he will do it now. No soft copies. Understand my example? Only original copy. I don't want to allow him to send that soft copy. Why? Because if I send some soft copy to him, he may misuse it. Yes, sir, am I right or not? Yeah, I don't have any problem for that also. But the point, example I'm telling that he may misuse it. That's why I don't want to make any soft copy with him. But anyway, leave it. I want to go for an alternative. What is that alternative? Here the problem is what? On every Sunday, I'm bringing my original copy to the Xerox center is a problem. Why I'm doing every time? No. Moreover, on Sunday I was totally busy, right? Then how I'm going to spend time at the Xerox center? Almost 3 hours of time here. It's a time-waste process now. Then what is the alternative I'm expecting there? I'm at Durgasoft. On Sunday, if I'm taking some class there, I'll make a call to the Xerox center person. By tomorrow, I need to get 100 copies. If I say that information through phone, he has to bring that all 100 copies to me. The type of alternative I'm expecting there. But if you want to get that alternative, what I have to do? What I have to do? If my original copy is at my whole house there, how is able to get the Xerox copies? No. That's why what is the alternative I'm telling there? I want to keep my original copy at the same Xerox center permanently. I have a trust on him. But instead of soft copy, if I keep that one, I want to keep my original copy at a time, one time at the Xerox center permanently. If I put it at Xerox center permanently, When I record 100 copies, no, I'll make a call to him, then get 100 copies for this particular book and send that 100 copies to me. He will bring all 100 copies to me, and every Sunday is automatic work. It's an automatically that work is going to be completed. In some situation, not required to call, to him. He'll recognize it today is Sunday. He will get ready. He will bring that copies to me. That's it. Depends on our commitment, what we have there. Door delivery option. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? There. But the point is, I have to keep that. I have to keep that Xerox original copy at Xerox center or not? Understand my point, Kirno? Then after that, when I make a call to him, then he will bring that 100 copies to me. No? Similarly, in JDBC also, I want to execute some database logic frequently, continuously. I want to execute some database logic frequently, continuously. Then every day, what we have to do if it is a case, no, every day I have to prepare the database logic in my JDBC program. I have to send it to the database. I'll make the database engine to execute that and getting results. Next day, again, same logic I have to prepare. I have to send that logic to the database engine. Again, I'll make the database engine to execute it and getting the results back now. Every time repeating the same work in the sense, once no changes are available in our database logic, what is the requirement to send every time the database logic from Java program to database every time? No, is unnecessary time waste or not? Sending the database logic from Java program to the database every time is unnecessary work or not? And then what is the solution I have to do? No, the solution is, instead of preparing database logic every time at Java program, instead of sending that database logic from Java program to the database, I want to keep the database logic permanently at what side there? Database side only. Permanently, I will keep the database logic at database side only. When I require that logic execution, I'll make a call to the database engine. Now this logic is already available with you. Try to execute it. Send results back to the Java program. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? Now database logic I have to keep at database permanently or not? To keep our database logic permanently at our databases, no, there we have to use stored procedures and functions feature. In the databases, we have to use what feature there? Stored procedures and functions of feature, just like Java methods. Just like Java methods, but in SQL queries form, we have to write procedure, set of SQL queries representing a particular action, maintain a database. That's it. Like this, we are going to define a procedure or function at a database side. That's okay, nice. After that, when I require that logic execution, I need to make a call to the database engine or not? To make a call to the database engine to get the results back to the Java program, there we are going to use callable statement. There we have to use what there? Callable statement. Now what I said to you about this callable statement now, by using callable statement, we are able to access the stored procedures and functions which are available at database from Java application. I'm going to call stored procedures and functions from Java application which are available at which side? No, database side here. So for this particular reason, we have to use what there? Callable statement. Yes, sir, all of you are getting it or not? Now tell me where we are going to use statement now. Whenever we want to execute all the SQL queries as individual SQL queries, there we have to use what? Statement. When we are going to use prepared statement, when we want to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence, where to improve the performance. Main purpose is what there? To improve the performance. Of course, we can achieve the same thing by using statement also. Performance will be down. But where to improve the performance of the JDBC application, we have to use what there? Prepared statement. Then when we are going to use callable statement, no, when we want to call stored procedures and functions which are available at databases from Java application, there we have to use what there? Callable statement. Callable statement is to call stored procedures and functions. Prepared statement to improve the performance when we want to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence. Statement is for what purpose there? No, to execute all the SQL queries individually. There we have to use what there? Statement. Yes, sir. Got it or not? So this is only overview are given, but with the practicals we are going to see when I'm going to introduce prepared statement topic. In the future there is a topic like what the prepared statement. There we are going to understand the content effectively. But knowledge is required, awareness is required. Then only we can understand this content clearly. Okay, sir. So anyway, this topic is completed, but the remaining few more points are remaining here in the case of this statement also. But already time is completed there. Then don't worry. Tomorrow I'm going to finish that content here about this particular one. right? Just have given purposes only, but how to create statement, what exactly the internal code is available about this statement, I need to discuss about it. After that, we'll plan for what there, we'll go for a write and execute SQL queries concept. Tomorrow, max I will complete these total steps to prepare JDB's application. If at least 5 minutes time is remaining, I'll prepare the first application. Tomorrow, definitely I'll prepare the first application. If at least 5 minutes time is remaining, I'll prepare the first application. Of course, after 1 o'clock also 5 minutes I can take it. No, it's not at all issue, right? So we will see that application on tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to see first application. Don't miss the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow, if it is possible, we'll take the class at 5th floor, but directly by default, we can come to this location. I'll give SMS to you where I'm going to take the class. In the case, if we are not getting any SMS, no, directly come to this location. We can attend the classes there and tomorrow. Okay. Right, sir. Max, probably today we may get one projector, alternative projector, but I think so. This classroom is good. Manageable, right? Good or not good? Not good, huh? Why, sir? Projector is good. Myself is good. You're also be good. Huh? Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Direct print out. Tomorrow at same time.
Oracle 19C.
Okay.
That purpose, like the Oracle dot that's a local host dot 152.1.exe or something.
What is that version there? 19C. ORCL we have to use. Yeah, ORCL, not XC. Which one? Advanced Java. Advanced Java not prepared there. I'll prepare it and I'll give it now. For Advanced Java, no classroom is created. Only core Java is available. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute. Why? For giving ORSL bottle. No, first to take food every day. Right, sir. Now see, take this one. The core Java code, no, take this. K5U. Uh, type it, sir. Java. అరకిల్ రాలేదా
Already.